The moon hung low in the indigo sky, its silvery light spilling over the vast meadow where Ethan had parked his truck. He leaned against the hood, nursing a thermos of lukewarm coffee as he stared at the stars, feeling the weight of a monotonous day finally lifting. The solitude was comforting. Or at least, it usually was. Tonight, something felt off. A flash of light streaked across the sky, too slow to be a shooting star but too erratic for any human aircraft. It dove sharply, disappearing behind the trees with a resounding crash that sent birds scattering into the air. Ethan's heart raced. This wasn't something he could ignore. Grabbing a flashlight, he trekked through the dense woods, guided by an unnatural glow. As he approached the crash site, the trees thinned, revealing a sleek, obsidian spacecraft embedded in the earth. Steam hissed from its seams, and alien symbols glowed faintly along its hull. "You've got to be kidding me," Ethan muttered. Before he could process further, a figure emerged from the ship. She was tall, with skin shimmering like polished gold and eyes that glowed a gentle lavender. Her features were humanoid but otherworldly, elegant and sharp, yet warm. She was draped in a metallic, flowing garment that rippled like liquid mercury. "Earthling," she declared, her voice melodious yet commanding. "I require your assistance." Ethan's instincts screamed at him to run, but his curiosity rooted him in place. Hi. Assistance with what, exactly?" She tilted her head, studying him with a mix of curiosity and amusement. "My ship's navigation system has failed. I need to locate the nearest energy nexus to repair it. In exchange, I'll offer you a partnership." "Partnership?" he echoed, skeptical. "Marriage," she said, as though it were the most obvious thing in the universe. Ethan blinked. "Wait, what?" The alien woman's expression softened into what might have been interpreted as a smile. "On my planet, such arrangements are sealed with humor. I jest, Earthling. But your assistance is no joke." Ethan exhaled, half relieved and half bemused. "Okay, sure. I'll help. But let's keep the marriage jokes to a minimum, yeah?" Over the next few days, Ethan and the alien, who introduced herself as Teelin, worked together to locate the energy nexus she sought. Her knowledge of the universe astounded him, and her playful sense of humor caught him off guard. Despite her alien nature, there was something deeply human in the way she laughed at his jokes and marveled at Earth's simple wonders, like the rustle of leaves or the warmth of the sun on her golden skin. Teelin, in turn, found Ethan's practicality and resilience intriguing. On her homeworld, everything was calculated and efficient, leaving little room for spontaneity or imperfections. But Ethan's unpolished charm and resourcefulness were captivating. One evening, as they rested by a campfire, Teelin observed Ethan closely. "Why do you live alone, Ethan? Your world is teeming with life, yet you isolate yourself." He poked at the fire, hesitant. "Guess I got tired of getting hurt. People have a way of letting you down." Teelin's gaze softened. "On my planet, bonds are forged for mutual benefit, not emotion. It's efficient but sterile. Your pain speaks of deeper connections, ones I've never known. Perhaps that's why I find your kind so fascinating." For the first time in years, Ethan felt seen. "You're not what I expected from an alien, Teelin. And you're not what I expected from a human," she replied with a sly smile. Their mission eventually brought them to an abandoned power plant, the energy nexus Teelin had detected. Inside, the air buzzed with residual energy, and the machinery lay dormant but intact. Teelin worked methodically to siphon the energy needed for her ship while Ethan kept watch. As the process neared completion, Teelin turned to Ethan. "When my ship is repaired, I must return home. My people will demand a report on this planet and its inhabitants." Ethan's chest tightened. "And what are you going to tell them?" "The truth," she said simply. "That Earth is chaotic but beautiful. That its people are flawed but remarkable. That one of them taught me the meaning of companionship. Her words hung in the air, heavier than Ethan expected. He swallowed hard. Guess this is goodbye, then. It doesn't have to be, Teelin said, stepping closer. On my world, we lack the courage to embrace uncertainty. But you thrive in it. Perhaps I could learn to do the same. Ethan's heart raced as she reached out, her golden hand brushing against his. Are you saying you'd stay? Not forever, she admitted. But long enough to explore what this connection could become. In the weeks that followed, Teelin became a part of Ethan's world. She marveled at Earth's cultures, tasted its foods, and even learned to laugh at bad sitcoms. Ethan, in turn, found himself opening up in ways he never had before. Their bond deepened, built on mutual curiosity and a shared willingness to embrace the unknown. But Teelin's time on Earth was finite. Her ship was repaired, and her people awaited her return. On their final night together, under the same stars that had brought them together, Ethan took her hand. So, what happens now? He asked, his voice thick with emotion. Teelin smiled, her lavender eyes glistening. We carry this with us, wherever we go. And who knows? Perhaps our paths will cross again. The universe is vast, but its connections are profound. Ethan pulled her into an embrace, feeling the warmth of her golden skin against his. You're going to change everything, Teelin. For me, for your people. Don't ever forget that. As her ship ascended into the night sky, Ethan stood alone in the meadow, a bittersweet smile on his face. For the first time in years, he felt something he thought he'd lost forever, hope. And somewhere among the stars, Teelin carried that same hope, a beacon of the love they'd found in the unlikeliest of places. Ethan's life slowly returned to routine, but he was no longer the same man. He began to share his story, subtly at first, through sketches and journals. He even ventured into town more, reconnecting with old friends and making new ones. The loneliness that once defined him had been replaced by a quiet optimism. Years later, on a crisp autumn evening, Ethan sat in his backyard, gazing at the stars. A familiar flash of light streaked across the sky and slowed, descending toward the woods. His heart leapt as he grabbed a flashlight and made his way toward the glow. Standing at the edge of the meadow, he saw her, Teelin, radiant as ever, her lavender eyes filled with the same warmth and curiosity that had drawn him in all those years ago. Earthling, she called, her voice carrying a playful lilt. I've returned. I hope you saved me some of that coffee. Ethan laughed, his heart swelling with joy. Always. Teelin. Welcome back. As they stood together under the stars, the universe no longer felt so vast or lonely. Their story wasn't over. It was just beginning.